Piglet, Pip, and the Lost Forest. Once upon a time, beyond 7 rolling hills and sparkling rivers, there lived a little piglet named Pip. Pip was curious and playful, always eager to explore the world around him. Every day, he would roam the green meadows near his cozy farm, splash in the cool stream, and listen to the birds sing sweet songs. One bright morning, with the sun shining warmly in the sky, Pip decided to wander farther than ever before. He wanted to find new friends and discover what lay beyond the familiar fields and fences. Full of excitement, he trotted past the flower-filled meadow, past the buzzing bees and fluttering butterflies, until he reached the edge of a dense forest. The forest looked mysterious and inviting, with tall trees whispering secrets to each other and dappled sunlight dancing on the leafy floor. Pip's heart fluttered with a mix of wonder and a tiny bit of nervousness, but his curiosity won. He stepped into the shade of the trees, breathing in the fresh, earthy smell of moss and pine. A tea first, Pip happily wandered along soft paths covered with golden leaves. He chased bright red squirrels, marveled at sparkling spider webs, and watched colorful birds flit from branch to branch. Time slipped by unnoticed, but soon the trees grew taller and closer together. The paths became harder to see. The forest's sounds changed. Chirps and rustles were joined by strange creaks and distant howls. Pip stopped and looked around. The sun now peeked faintly through thick branches. He realized he wasn't sure how to find his way back. A flutter of worry tugged at his heart. "Oh dear," Pip whispered. "I think I'm lost." He took a deep breath, trying to stay calm, but the forest felt much bigger and quieter all of a sudden. The gentle breeze that had played with his ears now seemed to carry secrets he couldn't understand. Just as Pip was about to sit down feeling scared, he noticed something very unusual. Ahead, in a small clearing, stood a grand old tree, wider and taller than any tree he had ever seen. Its bark was rough and twisted like a wise old face, and its branches spread wide as if offering a warm hug. Pip's worry eased a little. "Maybe this tree can help me," he thought, with careful steps. He approached the tree and looked up into its leafy crown. "Hello, little one," a deep, gentle voice rumbled. Pip jumped in surprise. "Do not be afraid," said the tree. "I am Elder Tree, the guardian of this forest. I have watched over these woods for many, many years. Tell me, what brings you here?" Pip gathered his courage and told Elder Tree about his adventure, his curiosity, and how he had wandered too far and lost his way home. The wise tree listened patiently, its branches swaying softly as if nodding in understanding. "Fear not, dear Pip," Elder Tree said kindly. "Sometimes the path is not clear because you need to see the journey differently. Sit with me for a while, and I will help you find your way. But first, let us learn from the forest's quiet wisdom." And so, Pip settled down at the base of Elder Tree, feeling the tree's steady presence beneath him, ready to discover what secrets the forest and its guardian might share. As Pip rested against the sturdy trunk of Elder Tree, he felt a calmness settle in his heart. The forest around him whispered softly with the rustling leaves, and the sunlight filtered through the branches like golden ribbons. Elder Tree's deep voice began to speak again, slow and steady like the flow of a gentle stream. "Pip," the tree said, "life often leads us down paths we did not expect. Sometimes we get lost, not only in the forest but also in our own minds. But being lost is not always a bad thing. It can be a chance to discover something new, to learn about ourselves, and to grow. Pip listened carefully, feeling the warmth of the tree's words wrap around him like a cozy blanket. He looked up at the great branches stretching toward the sky and saw how the tree had weathered many storms. Its bark was scarred in places, but it stood tall and strong. "Tell me, elder tree," Pip asked, "how do you stay so strong when the storms come?" The tree's branches swayed gently. "I bend with the wind and hold my roots deep in the earth. I don't fight the storm. I welcome it as part of life's rhythm. And when the sky's clear, I grow new leaves and reach higher than before." Pip thought about this. On his farm, he had seen strong oak trees lose branches in the wind, but then bloom again in spring. It made sense. Strength wasn't just about standing rigid and unchanging. It was about flexibility and patience. Elder Tree continued, "When you feel scared or unsure, remember to breathe deeply. Feel your feet on the ground, and know that you are connected to the earth, just like me. You carry the strength of many generations inside you, even if you don't see it right now." Pip closed his eyes and took a deep breath. He imagined roots growing from his little hooves into the soil, holding him steady. A peaceful feeling began to bloom inside him. "Now," said Elder Tree softly, "I will share with you a secret of the forest. Look closely, and you will find signs to guide you home." Pip opened his eyes and looked around. Elder Tree's branches pointed gently toward a narrow path covered with soft moss and glowing with patches of sunlight. "Follow the path where the sun shines brightest," the tree advised. "Trust your senses and trust yourself. Sometimes the answers come not from rushing but from being still and paying attention." Before Pip stood to follow the path, he looked back at Elder Tree and smiled. "Thank you, Elder Tree. I feel less afraid now. You are always welcome here, little one," said the tree. "And remember, sometimes the forest looks different when you change your view." With renewed courage, Pip stepped onto the mossy path, feeling the gentle pulse of the earth beneath his feet. As he walked, he noticed how the birds' songs became clearer, the scent of wild flowers sweeter, and the light around him warmer. Though the forest was still vast and unknown, Pip no longer felt lost. He felt guided, held, and ready to find his way home one step at a time. Being kind without expectation is one of the most delicate and yet most profound paths we can walk. Kindness is like a quiet stream that can transform the world, not immediately, not loudly, but deep within the heart. When we act with kindness, we often hope for something in return, a smile, a thank you, or at least some recognition. But what if we let kindness flow freely without any conditions? What if we give it without tying it to outcomes? Only then can it truly flow in freedom. Imagine a garden. When you plant seeds, you care for them with the hope that they will grow into beautiful flowers. But the garden never promises that your seed will sprout exactly as you imagine. Some plants bloom, others remain hidden beneath the soil. Some may be eaten by pests. Yet the garden never condemns. It simply gives because that is its nature. Kindness is similar. It is a gift not bound by expectation of fruit. When we offer kindness only because we want to receive something back, we lose its greatest power. Our actions become like an investment with expected returns, not a free gift. But when kindness flows naturally from the heart, it transforms not only others but ourselves. Our hearts open, our minds soften, and the world around us feels more gentle. This is also a practical path to inner peace. When we expect our kindness to be reciprocated, we give others power to determine our happiness. If we do not get what we expect, we feel disappointment, anger, or sadness. But when you give kindness without expectation, you find strength and freedom within yourself. You become a source that does not need to be fueled by external response. This can be difficult. Our minds love to calculate and seek certainty. But kindness without expectation is like listening to silence unknown, unpredictable, yet full of life. It is an invitation to trust that every act has meaning, even if we do not see it immediately. That even a small smile or helping hand has a power to change the world, if only one heart at a time. Think back to a moment when someone showed you kindness without asking for anything in return. How did that feel? Perhaps surprise, gratitude, warmth in your chest. That kindness was genuine, unassuming, and simple. And this is a path you can walk every day, again and again. Sometimes giving kindness without expectation means being patient even with those who cannot return it. It means forgiving, understanding, and not judging. It is also kindness to yourself, accepting that you are not perfect, that you make mistakes, and still deserve love and compassion. Life is full of invisible threads that connect us all, and kindness is one of them. When you release it without condition, it begins to spread like a gentle breeze. It can carry heavy burdens away, clear pain, and bring hope and light. So whenever you have the chance to be kind, ask yourself, am I expecting something back? Or do I give simply because it is right? And if the answer is the latter, allow kindness to guide you, not because you seek reward, but because you brighten the world and grow yourself. Kindness without expectation is a quiet miracle, a small act that changes everything. It is a path you walk lightly, freely, and fully. Patience is a quiet strength that often goes unnoticed in a world that moves fast and demands immediate results. But like a gentle river carving its way through stone, patience shapes our lives with steady, unyielding power. It teaches us to wait without frustration, to trust the unfolding of time, and to find peace in the present moment even when it feels slow or uncertain. Imagine standing by a riverbank. The water flows calmly, sometimes fast, sometimes slow, but it never rushes. It moves with purpose, steady and sure, shaping the earth over many years. Patience is much like this river, an acceptance of what is, and a faith in what will be. It asks us to surrender control and allow life's natural rhythm to unfold. When we practice patience, we give ourselves space to breathe and grow. We learn that rushing often leads to mistakes, stress, and regret. Instead, waiting becomes an act of love toward ourselves and others, a chance to listen, to understand, and to prepare for what lies ahead. Patience is not passive. It is active trust. It is a quiet courage to stay present when answers are not clear, when progress seems slow, or when difficulties test our spirit. Each moment of patience builds resilience, deepens wisdom, and softens a heart. In moments of impatience, we often try to push life forward, ignoring its natural pace. But just as a river cannot speed its course without losing its grace, we To find strength by flowing with time, not against it. Patience helps us see that everything has its season, and that growth is never rushed. Try to remember a time when your patience was rewarded not because something happened quickly, but because you stayed steady and open. That gentle waiting created space for understanding, healing, or a new opportunity to arise. This is the gift of patience, the power to trust life's unfolding, even when it is slow. So, as you move through your day, invite patience to be your companion. When frustration arises, breathe deeply and return your attention to the present moment. Like the river, let patience guide you gently, shaping your life with calm and steady grace.